Start of the opening round of the Medallia Superbike Championship. It is time for the brief opening ceremonies. We have a treat for you today as Mark and Steve Miracle from Raceline Ministry will be performing the national anthem. But before that happens, Mark is going to take us through something very special.
It's always heartbreaking when we lose something very special, someone.
See if he can make a big jump this year. Qualifying on the front row, had that crash yesterday in the first qualifier. Didn't know if we were going to. So glad to see him out there.
Now I can definitely relate to with Cam coming back on a different bike and a different team, and it definitely takes some time. You have to learn each person on on your crew as well as learning that motorcycle. So he's got a lot going on in his head, I'm sure. So it's going to be an exciting weekend for him no matter what.
And of course, I mean, there's a lot of other guys in Superbike who's ready to step up. They hear about everybody talk about Jake Gagne all the time. We got Matthew Skoltz. Heck, I mean, he's so fast, especially at this track, been in the Superbike for a couple years now, on the same team. Can he make a big step this year and be one of the guys? Having Tony Elias back, Superbike champion, Moto2 champion, what can he do this year? He's back on the Suzuki. Richie Escalante, Josh Herron, Supersport champ, won a title before on a Yamaha. This year now he moves to Ducati Superbike. See what all these guys can do. I am looking forward to this race and see how it all shakes out.
Medallia Superbike coverage is brought to you by Medallia, the pioneer in customer and
the starting grid where Jake Gagne nearly broke the record, but 1:23.453.
Really quick, Cameron Beaubier, then Cam Peterson, who had it off yesterday. Good to see him back out there. Skoltz, PJ Jacobson 5th, Josh Herron, our Supersport Championship winner from last year on the Superbike. Richie Escalante, Tony Elias, Corey Alexander jumped up from stock 1000 into Superbike. Dave Anthony, Ashton Yates, and Hayden Gillen outside row 4. A little bit further back, Greg Flinders, Benjamin Smith, who just got one session today. They had some bad luck yesterday with that team, so this will be a little bit of a test for him. Giannato, Nolan Lampkin, and Jason Waters will.
Is your national champion Jake Gagne. When that red light goes on, rebel emitters. And away we go, and boy, Cameron Peterson looked like he got a good launch, but Jay?
Cam Beaubier got a good launch too, it looked like there, and he's going to lead him off into turn 1, maybe? Nope, Gagne lets go of the lever, and Skoltz rides around the outside of Beaubier also as Cam Peterson looks to try to get past Beaubier, but I don't think he's going to make it, Greg, as they get up to that turn 2, 3, 4 area for the first time. This is that single file area that I told you about. Good to see all our riders get through, although looked like Hayden Gillen got a horrendous start as he's at the tail end of that field there. Gagne, though, off to the front. This is what everybody does not want to see as he tried, he's so good in that first lap.
Yeah, and the fresh and lean progressive Yamaha rider, Jake Gagne, not only the first lap, his plan is to really try to turn the screws and put the pressure on the rest of the field for at least the first 3 laps and see where he sorts himself out. The Westby Racing, number 11 right there, Matthew Skoltz in second.
Curious to see what this BMW does on the back straightaway. It's been showing some pretty big speed numbers. Will he be able to just draft right past the Yamaha of Matthew Skoltz? The answer to that looks like yes as he goes through. Cam Beaubier moves himself in through to second place as they come down the hill. Under brakes into turn 10 for the first time. Look at Herron. Herron has moved himself past Cam Peterson on that Ducati as well, Greg, to get himself up into 4th. But it's that guy up front again doing what he does, breaking away early. He's probably got 4/10 to half a second or more on the field. We'll confirm that as they come across the line the first time. And, I looked at the start there. Beaubier got a good jump and just kind of got swallowed up in turn 1. First lap, Greg.
So Gagne leads the way. He's really trying to get away. And Cameron Beaubier had mentioned that he was kind of let it unfold as Herron now up into 3rd spot.
We've seen this from Josh, though. He's also another tremendous starter, and he makes quick work of Matthew Skoltz as well. He's going to be going off to that BMW. Beaubier, a full second almost, Greg, with the lead for Gagne as they came across the line that first time by. And so, PJ Jacobson has gone down already, Greg. Looks like up probably in that turn 2, 3, 4 area.
So PJ Jacobson, his second year on that Titler, so turn 1 is exited turn number 1. Getting close to the top of 2 is where PJ went down. So Gagne, we're taking a look, trying to see those split times to see what's going on. Number 6 is Cameron Beaubier. If you're just joining us, is back in the U.S. on the Titlers Cycles BMW. And there is number 45. That's Cameron Peterson on the freshly progressive Yamaha. Cameron Peterson had a big off yesterday, knocked his noodle a little bit, but was able to get back on the bike this morning and go fast straight away. Across the line, we're going to get our 123.8. A 123.8. That's a new race record. The record was held by Danilo Petrucci last year at a 123.934. So Gagne does what Gagne does best and breaks records. So he breaks the record on the second lap. First one was from a dead stop. Now he goes 123.8, puts 1.2 between himself and Cameron Beaubier, who does a very respectable 124 run. Beaubier's lap was less than 0.2 of a second slower than Petrucci's best race record lap.
Amazing. And you keep in mind, Greg, that they didn't really get a solid warm-up. They got a decent warm-up this morning, but it rained really hard here last night. So by the time the Superbikes went out, it was fairly dry, but nobody wasn't good enough yet for anybody to really better their times. So we've lost Ashton Yates as well. See that he's in the pits on our screen, and yeah, we did confirm PJ Jacobson's out. So you can see at this point, but he only went.
Well, but Jay, well, I mean, I don't even know what to say. If you're a Beaubier fan, you're going, told you so.
Well, look, the thing is that we both talked about this race before it started, and we both agreed that if Beaubier could get out with Gagne on the first lap, he might be able to pass him down the back straightaway. The fact that it took him 6 laps to do that and actually close that gap was incredible. So, I mean, huge props to this whole Tytler's team for getting